Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. So, today's topic for our event is Salesforce integration with Zapier. So, talking about myself, my name is Sagar Lokegavkar. I am the group leader for the Salesforce community Ahmednagar group. We also have with us Amit Jadhav, who is also the group leader for this group. So, let me introduce to our speaker for today. He's a Salesforce MVP, Kapil Batra. So those who have not heard of Salesforce MVP program, every year community thanks and awards individual who have done exceptional contribution to the Salesforce community. Kapil Batra is one of them. So Kapil has been contributing to Salesforce community through different ways, such as devoting his time and efforts on this and on inspiring and helping others. Also sharing knowledge on different platforms like blogs and YouTube. So do check out his Salesforce Bold YouTube channel. Kapil has been recently actively posting on YouTube. Along with that, he's also a lead software engineer in lead maturation. So these are all his tags and links. You can follow him and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. So at the end of the event, we will be having a quick short quiz, and winner of that quiz will get a $200 or $400 certification voucher. So do wait till end. So over to you, Kapil.
Yep. Hello, everyone, and thanks, Amit, for this introduction. And that's a really nice presentation. If I was aware like you are going to create a presentation, I must have asked for template from you. But anyways, uh, let me share my screen so I can just present it.
Sure.
All right. So first of all, I welcome everyone and thanks for joining in this event. So today's topic will be integration using Zapier, and I will let you know how you can integrate your Salesforce org using Zapier. You can integrate multiple applications using it. Okay, so let me start it with my introduction. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm not proficient at creating presentations, so I'm usually habitual to take screenshots from the internet and just creating a presentation. So this is a screenshot of my LinkedIn profile, as I was too lazy to create my own introduction. So I'm Kapil Batra. I'm a Salesforce MVP, 9x certified, 3x ranger. I'm founder at salesforcepole.com. You must have seen my YouTube channel. If you have not seen it yet, you may go check out the link. Amit, it would be great if you could share the link in the chat. And
Yeah,
I'm
Kapil,
a
sure.
yep, and I'm a lead software engineer at Lead Maturation. And these are my Twitter handles. You may follow me on Twitter as well. So this is my YouTube channel. Basically, recently I have started a series on it. The series name was LWC Stack. So this series was for those enthusiasts who are planning to, learn LWC or who are already working on it. So in this series, I'm having around 33 videos. So if you're planning to work on LWC or if you're already working on it, then do check it out. It would be really helpful for you. So these will be the topics I will be covering in this event. So the topics will be what is Zapier, what is a Zap, why you should use it, how you can use it, and there are so many applications available in Zapier which can be integrated with our Salesforce org. So at a point in this presentation, we'll be exploring those apps, and at the end, I will share the plan and pricing to use Zapier. All right, let me move to next slide. So guys, let's start with the introduction first. So guys, if you are from Salesforce background, then you may connect Zapier with a workflow. So Zapier is guys basically a kind of automation which connects your app and automate workflows. So guys, According to Zapier, it's easy automation for busy people. Zapier moves information between your web apps automatically so you can focus on your most important works. So, guys, overall, if we see from the Salesforce perspective, then it is only a workflow that can automate tasks for you. And you can see on the right side, you can just log in on Zapier. You may create a new account using your Google, Facebook, or maybe your Microsoft account. And you may also use your email ID, your business email or personal email to create a new account in it. Zapier is trusted by some large and small brands. You may see some brands here like BuzzFeed is using Zapier, Envision, Spotify, Adobe, Fox is also using Zapier. Even my company, I'm working at Lead Maturation. We use Zapier to fulfill clients' requirement on urgent basis. Let's say if you have a requirement, but you don't have time to develop it from the scratch. Let's say if a client is having requirement and he says like I need integration from application A to my Salesforce org, and you don't have time to create a integration from the scratch. You don't want to start from the scratch. Instead of that, you just want to quickly deliver a solution to your client. Then in that case, you may use Zapier. So guys, using Zapier, you may integrate, link your web apps with few clicks so they can share data in between them. You can automate, you can create workflow that will be that will automate the process based on a trigger. And by trigger I mean action. I'm not talking about Salesforce trigger. And at the end, you may innovate using your process. Okay, so next is, guys, what is a Zap? So guys, Zap is a part of Zapier. As you may have noticed, the name is related. The Zap is a part of Zapier basically. So Zap is basically an action. If I talk about in Zapier terms, so it is basically automate whatever slows you down with Zaps. So Zap is basically action that can be created in Zapier. Okay. And using those actions, you may fulfill your requirement. You can customize the Zaps to meet your requirement. As you can see in this image on right side, there's a Zap created in which the action is send email. So whenever you will receive an email or whenever you will send an email, it will notify you on your Slack account. So that is basically an example of Zap through which you can just automate your daily task. And guys, if you're new to Zapier, then definitely it is going to be a handy tool for you. It could be your daily driver. And if you're already aware about it, because I have already explained most of things in my video on my YouTube channel. In my YouTube channel, I'm having multiple videos related to different integration using Zapier. If you have already checked that out, then definitely, guys, it is going to be a handy tool for you. You may use it as your daily driver in your daily work. The next is why you should use it. So guys, as I told you earlier, like Zapier can be used to automate the functionality. It can use to automate the integration between a third party application and your Salesforce org. So basically using Zapier, you may start your workflow, you may start your Zap using any third party application. You can finish the routine task automatically. Let's say if I'm a business owner, so I must have a routine task to check my emails, or maybe I must have a routine task to check my email and note it down on a to-do list. So using Zapier, I can create an automation which will automatically check my emails and notify me on my to-do list. So that's how I can make my life a little bit easier using it. And Zapier provides a simple fill in the blank setup. You just have to point, click, and automate. You don't have to write a single line of code in it. So, yes, if you're a Salesforce admin, developer, if you're a business owner, if you're a product owner, then Zapier is for you. You don't have to write a single line of code using Zapier. On the left hand side, guys, you may see an example like how Zapier works. So it's basically a Zap in which we have created a trigger when a new email in Gmail. So whenever I will get a new email in Gmail, it will basically trigger a Zap. It will basically perform an action. Okay. And the action, you may see the action underneath that. It is copy the attachment from Gmail to Dropbox. Okay. So we are having two things here. We are having trigger and we are having action. So the trigger is when I get a new email in Gmail. So it will copy the attachment automatically from Gmail to Dropbox. So that is the one part of it. And after that, you may see another action here. So that means we can create multiple actions in Zapier. And guys, we can also have branching setup in Zapier. Like let's say if action one pass, then you should go to action two. If it fails, you should go to action three. So the same way we are using flows in Salesforce. Okay. So the third action is alert me Slack about the new Dropbox file. So if I will active this app, so what will happen here? Whenever I will get a new email in Gmail, if the email is having an attachment, then it will save the attachment to the Dropbox. And after saving the attachment, it will alert me on Slack about the new Dropbox file here. So guys, that's how you can create news apps, and this is one of the good reason to use Zapier, through which you can just automate your task. This is another one of the key point of Zapier. This could be one of the big reason to use it. So guys, there are more than 3000 apps available to integrate in Zapier, and they are adding new apps on weekly basis. So right now, like when I'm giving this presentation, there are 3000 plus application already available to get integrated using Zapier. You may see a few large scale companies name here, like we are having Facebook lead ads, we are having Slack, QuickBooks, we are having Google Sheet, Google Docs, and many more. Okay, so Zapier is having 3000 plus application, and this is one of the key reason why you should use it. Okay, this is another one reason why you should use it. So guys, using Zapier, you can build your automation, you can build your workflows without writing code. As I told you earlier, it is similar to our workflows which we are having in Salesforce. And while creating workflows, you don't have to write the code, you just have to, just to do click and set up things. So same, using that way, you may set up your Zap, you may create Zapier account and set up a Zap without writing a single line of code. So that is one of the good reason to use Zapier. Let's say if you are a product owner and you need some kind of integration. Okay, now being a product owner, what would be my first step? My first step would be to find a developer or maybe admin to do the task for me. Okay, but instead of that, what I can do is I can use Zapier, and I can build my Zap manually, and then I just have to turn it on. It saves a lot of time. Instead of posting for a new admin or developer requirement, going through the hiring process, bargaining with the admins and developers for the hourly rate, you can directly create your Zap manually, because it is very easy to create a Zap, and it's just a click to set up thing, so you don't have to write a single line of code while using Zapier. So these are few features which could be a good reason why you should use it. So guys, Zapier provide top-notch security. I mean, you must be worried about your data while integrating with Zapier, like what will happen with our data, because definitely, like if Zapier is performing an action based on your data, then definitely it must be reading the data also. Correct. But guys, in Zapier, we are having top-notch security here, so we don't have to worry about data. Your data is safe with Zapier. Another thing is there are 3000 plus integration available. So yes, you may integrate 3000 plus applications as of now. I mean, till date, they are providing 3000 plus application. So guys, third reason is Zapier is 99.9% uptime. You can count on it for your business requirement. Like whenever you will have a trigger. So basically, like all other workflows, Zapier is also having its own queue in which they will just add your task and they will proceed it one by one. But guys, Zapier is 99.9% uptime, so you may get your task very quickly. Next feature is Zapier is built-in action. You can create multiple actions here, like send email, filter task, convert data, and more with Zapier Homespun apps. In Zapier, guys, you may also have extendable workflow. That means you can automate multiple tasks with a single trigger. Yes, you heard me right. You can automate multiple tasks using a single trigger in Zapier. And guys, as I mentioned earlier, Zapier will also have the branching logic like we are having in Flow. If branch 1 fails, go to branch 3. If it succeeds, can then go to branch 2. So it is kind of similar like the Flow functionality what we are having in the Salesforce. Okay. Now guys, we will explore few applications available in Zapier. So Zapier is having a large set of application. It could be a big giant company, or maybe it could be a small startup. But yes, Zapier will be having it. So as of now, Zapier is having 3000 plus application. So in this list, you may already know few of them. Like there are few giants like Facebook. We are having Mailchimp. We are having Slack. We are having Instagram. We are having Twitter, Google Calendar. I mean, there is a lot of application. You just name it and you will find it in your Zapier account. Okay. Now, guys, this is the key point of Zapier. I mean, what I feel like this is the only con in Zapier, but you can overcome it definitely. So, guys, let me explain it. What is two-way sync? So, guys, two-way sync is like using Zapier. Basically, what we are doing here, we are just creating a one-way sync. Let's say if something happened in application A, then create a record in my Salesforce org. So this is the one-way sync. Two-way sync could be if something happened in application A, create a record in my Salesforce org. Okay, then send the notification back to another application. So this could be two-way sync. Like first we will get the request from Zapier, then we will send the response to another application. So guys, basically Zapier does not support two-way syncing between apps right now. So Zapier is kind of a one-side workflows. But in certain scenarios, guys, when you may fake this situation by creating two separate zaps for it, okay, that perform opposite actions. For instance, you could have a zap that create a new spreadsheet row for every new contact created, and another one that create a new contact for every new spreadsheet row. So guys, using the opposite action, you may have two separates appear. So overall, I mean, overall, if we see it will work like two-way sync. But if we talk about the specific terms, so Zapier does not support two-way sync in a single zap. So you must have multiple zaps if you need two-way sync in it. Okay. Now let's move to the most interesting part of every application. How much does it cost you? So guys, for plan and pricing, Zapier provide flexible plans that fit your needs. So there's a free plan which is free forever. So you may start with free plans, you may check all the zaps, all the feature, all the automation in it. Then in future, I mean, of course, if it is a free plan, then there might be some difficulties, there might be some limitations of the free plan, but for testing purpose you may use the free plan. Or if you're a business owner, so just to get started you may use the free plan, and after that if you need a premium plan, then definitely you can upgrade your plan at any time. And premium plans guys start from $20 per month. But anyways, it is, I mean, we are having free plan also in which we will be getting around 1000 zaps. So if you are having a small business, or maybe if you are having a requirement in which you will be having 1000 tasks only in a month, then you may use the starter plan of it. All right, so this is the most interesting part of the presentation. I mean, at least for me it is the most interesting part to give a live demo of an application. Okay, so guys, in this today's event we will be creating a live demo of Zapier integration with Salesforce. So basically, we'll be integrating our Salesforce org with Zapier, and we will pick an application in Zapier, and we will integrate that third-party application with our Salesforce org. And that integration is going to be just click to setup integration. I won't be writing a single line of code here, guys. Okay, let's start with the demo now. Let me share my another screen. Just give me a second. All right. So, guys, this is the homepage, zapier.com. If you need any other information, you may check out their website. There are tons of information, workflows, templates available. So, you may directly go and check out their website. Okay. So, for now, I will be creating a new account here so I can just demonstrate the functionality from the scratch. Okay. So, let me just quickly sign up on the other screen, and then I will get back to this screen. Just give me a minute. All right. So I have signed up using a new profile. Okay. Then, guys, in Zapier, you may also choose a role. There are tons of roles available in which you may choose one, which which is your current role. So let me just show it to you. So you can see like who can use Zapier. Even accountant can use Zapier for their daily tasks. Business development professions, business owner or founders, customer service representative. There's a long list, guys, who can use Zapier. So for this demo, I will choose software engineer. Okay, because I will be using it for the demo. So I'm a software engineer, and my company has this many employees. Okay, we just have to set up the basic information. So let's say 10 to 19. And if you would like to receive marketing emails from Zapier, then you must keep it checked. Otherwise, you may uncheck it. Let's hit continue. All right. So guys, you can see here there it says search 3000 plus apps here. So this is just a second screen. Whenever you will create your account, it will ask you to choose frequently used app in your account or maybe in your daily driver. So using these apps, guys, you may create a separate template for each app, and Zapier will also provide you a list of templates based on your selection apps. Okay, so let's say, and these are already selected apps. I mean, if you need to remove it, then you may just directly click on this cross icon. And if you need to add one, so then you may just click it. Let's say if I'm adding LinkedIn, and uh, maybe I can use GitHub here. Okay, so this was the second step to create a Zapier account. Okay, let me just finish that up. All right, so my account has been created. This is basically my dashboard. I'm on my dashboard right now. On my dashboard, you can see there's option to create your own workflow, and underneath that, you can see recommended workflow for you, which is like these workflows are basically based on our previous app selection. So let's say if I in previous screen, if I have selected Gmail and if I have selected Google Sheet, so it is displaying different templates. These are basically predefined templates. You may directly use it. Okay, now let's explore the dashboard a little. So on dashboard, the second option you will have the zaps. I mean the zaps you have created already. So for now, we don't have any zap because it is a new account. Underneath that, you are having option to check out my apps. The apps which you have selected to that can be used frequently here. So that option will be in my apps here. Underneath that, you can see Zap history. So in Zap history, basically it will just store the records of the triggered Zap. So whenever you will trigger a Zap, it will create a Zap history. If you need to explore more about Zapier, then you may click on this explore button. It will redirect you to their site again, and you may find different ways to use Zapier here. Okay. If you need any help, so Zapier is providing top-notch support here. They're also having a specific community, like we are having the Salesforce community here. So they're also having a separate community just to help everyone. Okay, let's go back to dashboard and create a news app. Okay, so the first step will be to select the application, select the target application on which the Zap should trigger itself. Okay. So for today's demo, what we'll be doing here, we will just create the Zap to integrate the Google Calendar events with our Salesforce org. Okay. Now you just think about it like if you get the task to integrate the Google Calendar event with your Salesforce org using maybe APIs or maybe if there is another technology available for that. So it might take few days to integrate these things, right? I mean, first of all, you have to make API calls, then you might be doing some test calls in it, and after that, you might get success. So basically, there is a lot of work. I mean, if a client is having a requirement, let's say they need the integration immediately, then you can't tell them like it could take around 10 days or 15 days to build the integration. I mean, the client is not going to wait till then. So in that case, Zapier came to rescue. You may use the Zapier maybe for permanent or for temporary purpose until you create your own integration, or maybe if the client likes it, you may use it permanently. Okay. So guys, let's give a name to this Zapier, and I'm naming it Google Calendar Events Integration. Okay, so this is the name of my Zap. So guys, right now basically we are creating a Zap in Zapier. Okay, now let's choose the event on which the Zap should trigger itself. So it will be Google Calendar. And you must be already seeing a few suggestions here. It is based on my previously selected frequently used apps. Okay, now let's click on the Google Calendar. Okay, now we have to choose a trigger event, like when it should trigger the event to perform an action. Okay, so here we can select new event. So guys, what will happen here, whenever a new event will be whenever we'll be creating a new event into the Google Calendar, it will trigger this app. Okay, we have not set up any action right now, so it won't perform any action, but it will trigger the empty Zap here. Okay, let's hit continue. Okay, we have to sign into Google. Let me just quickly sign in on my screen, then I will be back here. Just give me a minute. All right, so guys, I have signed in using the Google Calendar here. Okay, now let me just hit continue. Okay, now it will ask you to set up a trigger. There are different options available. The first is my email address from which I have created the account, the Google Calendar account. Second is you may create the action on holidays in India, maybe, or you may create an action on birth date. So let's say if you are a business owner and you would like to send a personal emails, I mean, oh, of course, it is not going to be a personal email. It is going to be an automated email. So let's say if you like to send birthday wishes to your employees, so you may choose birthdays here. If you are having your employee's birthday on your calendar, then definitely it will trigger the Zap. So right now we will just choose the account here. All right, let's hit continue. Okay. Now the last step is trigger your Zap, sorry, test your Zap. Okay, so we will be testing it by creating a new event. So let me just log in into my Gmail account once and open the calendar so I can just show it to you. Okay, so you may see this is my calendar. This is today's calendar. We are having this event right now. Okay, so to test the trigger, you have to create a test event into your calendar, which is connected with the Zapier, and then it will just automatically find that event from your calendar to this Zapier account. Okay. So let's say if I will create a new event here, let's say if I'm creating at 2 p.m. Okay, let's name it. Right. I'm not adding anyone here. Okay, maybe we can have location. Okay, let me save it. So here I have created an event on my Google Calendar, which is connected to Zapier right now. Okay, now let's go to Zapier again and test the trigger here. Okay, so it says this event was found in your account, and this is the recent event which we have created right now. Let me show you the details so you can see the location. And yeah, here's the summary. Salesforce Zapier integration, what we were having there. So it will basically extract all the data from that event information page. Like if you will enter the Google Meeting link or maybe some other information, maybe you may also have attendees of that event, then it will fetch that data as well. Okay. All right. So this was the testing part. Let me hit on continue. Okay. Now we will select the action that will be the target application in which we need to perform the action. Okay. So for today's demo, we will connect Salesforce. Okay. Then after that, you have to choose the action event. So there could be multiple actions. You can see the list of action available. You may create a record, update a record, add lead to campaign, add contact to campaign, create attachments, and there are some search results as well. You may find a single record, you may find multiple record, you may find a list, and you can find records using a query as well. So these are the actions that can be performed while creating this app. So for this demo, I will just choose create record action. Okay. So basically what will happen whenever a new event will be created in my Gmail account, so it will automatically create a record in my Salesforce org. Okay. And we are not doing any kind of code here, guys. So it is just a click to set up integration. So let me click on continue. Okay. Now we have to sign in into the other application, which will be Salesforce. So let me just quickly do it. So I'm just creating it with one of my developer account right now. This is my developer account. Okay, let me log in. Now it will ask few permissions like Zapier will be reading your data, accessing your data, modifying your data, because of course, I mean, we will be creating a record using Zapier. So definitely it is going to modify the data. But as I mentioned earlier, Zapier provide top-notch security. So you do not have to worry about your data. Your data will be safe with Zapier. Okay. So I will just hit allow here. All right. So you can see the account has been selected here. Now let's hit the continue. Okay. Now after that, you have to select the objects, like in which object it should store the data. There will be a list of object and it will contain all your custom and standard object. So you may choose the object based on a requirement. You can see the list of objects here. It is containing my custom objects, my standard objects, both are here. Okay. So for this demo, I won't be creating a new object here because it could take few time. So let's just select account here. Okay. So we have selected account. Now Zapier will be creating a new account. Okay. But still there's one thing which is pending, which is field mapping basically. So to connect to application, you have to field map of the first application fields with the second one. Okay. So that will be the next step here. So in account, let's say we can take account name. So whenever you will click on a field, it will just display the field retrieved from your calendar event. So in my calendar event, I was having these three fields only, in which I'm just having data in two of them. So I will choose summary as the account name. Okay. And you may also set some predefined fields. Let's say well it will be creating an account. So let's say if you are creating a lead, then you may choose the lead source here. So you could just identify like this lead has been generated using Zapier. Okay, so you may predefine fields here, you may enter data manually here. Okay, so for this demo I will be just having this summary field here. Okay, now let me scroll down. All right, now let's hit continue. Okay, now guys, it will test the action basically. So it is going to send a request to your Salesforce account. Okay, let me open my Salesforce account one again. So this is the Salesforce account which we have created right now. Okay, let's go to account. These are my recent accounts here. Okay, so we will be testing this app by sending the event data to our Salesforce org, and let's see if the connection gets successfully created. So it should send the data. Okay, let's test and continue. All right, it says a record was sent to Salesforce just now. It means the test was successful. Okay, let's go back to our Salesforce org. Okay, let me refresh this page. So you may see the record here. It is Salesforce Zapier integration, and it was the event which we have created here. Let me delete it. Okay, so guys, that's how you may transfer the data from any third-party application to your Salesforce account. As you have noticed, like it is just a click to set up integration. I have not written a single line of code here. So that's why Zapier is good for admin, developer, product owner, or maybe you're a business owner. So Zapier is a handy tool for you. Okay. Now the next step will be to turn on this app because it's just a test app right now. It's turned off. Okay. So what options you are having here, you may just close this tab and you can turn it on later whenever you will need it, or you can turn it on right now. So for this demo, I will just turn it on. All right. So the Zap is ready, guys, and we have turned on the Zap. And guys, you may see on the screen there's a pop-up, and this is a very good reason. This could be a very good reason to use Zapier. So Zapier provide you functionality to share your Zap with your friends or maybe with your colleague. So let's say if I'm a Salesforce admin and I have created a Zap using Zapier, okay. And let's say after maybe after a few days or few months, someone is having same kind of requirement, so they don't have to create the Zap again. I can just directly share the Zap using a link to the another one. Okay, so they don't have to create the Zap again because I will be sharing the same functionality with them. So the Zap will be ready for them. Okay. So this is one of the very good reason why you should use it. So you can see here your Zap is on. Create an event in Google Calendars. Okay, so whenever we'll create an event in Google Calendar, it will send a request on Salesforce to create a record. Okay, now let's go to my Zap. So we are back on the panel now. Okay, now in Zap section, you can see the Zap here. It is already created and it is on. You may turn it off right here. Okay, so as I'm using this demo account, I mean, it's a trial account, so it might take some time, just while I will create a Zap. I mean, it won't be displaying on Salesforce screen very quickly because it's just a trial account. So let's try one more thing. Okay, let's create another event. Okay, now our Zap is on, so it should automatically create that event on the Salesforce org. Okay, all right. Let's name it. Zapier test, and let's add the location. Okay, let's save this record. So guys, we have created another event uh, to test this Zapier account. Okay, you may see the notification event has been saved successfully. Now let's go back to this app. So guys, now we have created an event in the Google Calendar. So what it will do, it will just trigger the Zap. Okay, so the steps are basically whenever you will perform an action, it will trigger the Zap. Zap will read your data. Okay, it will do field mapping for you. Then it will perform the action. In our case, the action is create record in Salesforce. So guys, in between there are few more steps which will be performed by Zapier automatically, like the authentication. I mean, before passing the data, you have to authorize the org. Okay, like you may see in the API calls also, we have to use a secure header and password, just to authenticate the data, just to make a successful API call. Okay, so basically Zapier will be doing the same for you in backend basically, so you don't have to perform a single action. You just have to, you just have to create a Zap and forget about it. I mean, if it is your daily task, then you just have to forget about the Zapier thing. So you just create the Zap, then you may go to your Zapier account once in a month to check the Zaps, like how many Zaps are available, how Zapier is doing for you. Okay. Now let's go back to the Salesforce account and let me just refresh it. Let's see if you are having that account here. Okay. You may see the account which we have created event recently. The event name was Zapier test. Okay. And these are the event details. I mean, if we are having the other details as well, like the attendees description, then you may field map it with different fields in account. Okay. So guys, that's how you can use Zapier, and I think it was a good demo, and I hope now you understand like how you can use it, why you should use it, and maybe you will be using it in your as your daily driver. Maybe you will have a requirement like in which you need to use Zapier. So in that case, you can use it directly. Okay. Now let me get back to the presentation once. Okay. All right. So that's it from my side. Thanks for your time. And now it's time to queries. So I can see few comments on the comment section. Let me just open it one by one. Okay. Let me check it. Give me a minute. Okay. So I will start with first question. Is it possible to integrate Salesforce plus Slack with Zapier? Okay. The question was asked by Nikhil. So, Nikhil, if you're following my YouTube channel, then you must have seen the video already. On my YouTube channel, I'm already having a video for this Salesforce and Slack integration. And, I launched that video when at the time of acquisition of Slack. Okay. So, that video was top trending. So, you must go to that channel and check that out. So, the answer is yes, the integration is available, Salesforce and Slack. You may integrate it. Okay. Let me move down. All right. The next question is from Abhi. What will happen when I integrate my apps with Zapier? And after a few months, I just unsubscribe the Zapier plan. Then will it be affect on already integrated Zap? So Abhi, it will basically stop the future Zaps for your already integrated Zap. So definitely it is going to affect these things because it is like a prepaid plan, Abhi. So let's say if you are having an internet recharge, then you may use the internet. If your recharge is over, then you won't be able to use the internet. So it is simple as that. So yes, definitely it will be affecting your future Zap. Okay, it won't affect your previous Zap. All right. Now the next question is from Mr. Shahid. If we delete the event from Google Calendar, Salesforce record will be delete or remain. So Shahid, like if you would like to delete the record, then for that you may have another Zap in which the action will be delete event. So whenever you will delete the event, what you can do is you may find that record in Salesforce first, and if the Zap find that record, then you may delete it. It is not going to be deleted automatically. Okay, as I told you earlier in this presentation, Zapier is one-way action. It does not support two-way sync. So once it will send data to your Salesforce org, then it does not care about the Salesforce org, like what you are doing in your Salesforce org. You might delete the record, you might edit the record. It won't be affecting your previous application, which is Google Calendar. Okay. Next is Mohammed. And how about if we delete the record in Salesforce, which we created? So it won't be affecting your event. You may delete the record. It's one-way sync. And next is how many actions will perform using Zap. So you can perform n number of action. If you have seen early in the presentation, so you can create multiple action. You may also have the branching logics, like we're having in flow. If branch 1 is success, then redirect to branch 2, or if it is get failed, then it should redirect to branch 3. So you can perform n number of actions here. Okay, next is it the question is by Anish. Is it going to be through admin user always? So no, Anish, it is not going to be through admin user. I mean, you can set the profile as well, like from which profile it should get created. So Anish, what it will do basically, you must have noticed, like I have integrated my Salesforce account. Okay, so it will pick my profile directly. Okay, if I am a system admin, then it will be through system admin. If I'm a consultant profile or maybe any other profile, then it will go through that profile. So it will basically go through your account. Okay, we are not specifying any profile, so it will by default choose the profile which you are having in your account. Okay, next is Nikhil. Is it like the UI path and automation anywhere? Sorry, Nikhil, I didn't get it. What exactly are you looking for here? Okay, Nikhil, if you are here, then you may speak and elaborate the question. I would love to answer it.
Hi, Kapil.
Yeah, hi Nikhil.
Uh, Actually, I want to ask, like, we have a UiPath. This is also one, it is like RPA tool. So is
Mhm.
JPEG is similar to UiPath?
Okay, actually, I'm not more aware about it, but yeah, Zapier is kind of creating an automation. So basically, it will be you may you may compare it with Salesforce Flow as well. I mean, in Salesforce Flow, we are having a kind of a path kind of a thing. We are having different branches for the automations. So I'm not sure, like, if you can relate it to the UiPath thing.
Okay,
Okay, thanks, Nikhil.
thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and next is Sudeep. And Sudeep is asking, can we connect FTP with HTTP to systems? So Sudeep, the connection could be available in Zapier. I'm not sure about it. So for that, you may go to zapier.com, and in your first application, you may choose the FTP or maybe whatever account you would like to connect. And in the second application, if you will get the HTTP, then yes, you may connect both of them. Okay. Then next question is Shahid, can you explain again from Salesforce to Google Calendar? Okay, then Shahid, you must have seen the example right now. So basically, it will automatically create the record in your Salesforce account whenever you will be creating a event, and it won't affect your Salesforce data if you will delete the event, and it won't affect your event data if you will delete your Salesforce org. So basically, it's a one-way sync. Okay, next is can we integrate HubSpot with Salesforce two-way using Zapier? So no, Zapier does not support two-way sync. Okay, is it possible to have formula on Zap like populate account name as uh, summary form calendar plus any text? Yes, you can have it, Mohammed. You can create formulas while assigning the value. So let's say in your formula, if you need the name of the calendar event plus any other text, So you just have to select in the field mapping, like you first of all you will be selecting the name of the calendar event, and then you can select more options as well after that. So yeah, kind of you can create a formula kind of a thing there. Okay, next is it possible to integrate Jira with Salesforce? So I think yes, it is possible because I have seen both of the applications into the Zapier. All right. Next is, can we call this as integration platform? If yes, then what is the difference between apps like Zapier, Automate.io, and Delbhoomi, MuleSoft? So yes, it is a integration platform, but it is not specifically for Salesforce. Okay. The thing is like, yeah, for today's event, I'm just giving the demo of it just to integration for Salesforce, as we belongs to the Salesforce community, and the topic should be related to Salesforce community. Otherwise, Zapier is not only for Salesforce. It is just a third-party integration tool which can connect two apps together in just a click to setup thing. Okay, so this is not specifically for Salesforce, guys. Okay, next is, in case of modification to object, will it stop or generate error? No, it won't generate any error as it's a one-way thing. So if you will modify the object as well, just make sure the field mapping is same, and in that case, you won't be getting any error. All right. So that was the question in the chat section. Let me know if you need any other answers here. I would love to have it. If anyone is having any other question, you may just speak here. You may unmute yourself and ask your question here.
Hi Kapil, Sudeep here.
Hi,
So
Sudeep.
is there any error log object or something in the Zapier itself, or we have to be maintained in the system?
So Sudeep, like if we are creating it with Salesforce, so the logs will be created on the application itself. Okay, so let's say if I talk about today's demo, so the logs will be in my application. Okay, and if we talk about Zapier, so in Zapier you
हेलो
may
अरे वो
have
गेम
it
एक्सपेक्ट
like
करेगा ना तो
the Zapier will
वो
also
बोलना
display the
पड़ेगा
failure of
आपको
Zaps.
टाइम
Okay,
दिखेगा तो आपको
so you may
टाइम
get the failed Zap
करना है
in the Zapier account, and there
और
will be
जल्दी
a
करना है वो
reason of
20
why the
सेकंड का
Zap was
टाइम
failed.
देते
Let's say if you have created a Zap which will create a account, or maybe which will create a custom record in a custom object. Okay, and let's say in your Salesforce, or if you have changed that field API name, or maybe if you have deleted that field. Okay, now whenever you will run this Zap, it will throw the error. Okay, it won't go to the Salesforce org right now. So you may see the error log in Zapier. So it is basically not error log. I mean, it will just display you failed Zap, and by clicking on it, you may see the error message. So kind of it is error log in Zapier.
Thank you, Kapil. Thanks for information.
Thanks, Sudeep. Okay, I think that it is for the question round, guys. And guys, also like we will be having a quiz after it, in which there will be questions related to this specific presentation only. So I hope you were paying attention to it. And guys, after that, I mean, if you are new to Salesforce, if this is going to be a first certificate,
ये डायरेक्ट
then I don't know if
कोड
you're
शेयर
aware about
करता
it,
है
but Salesforce is running a certification program right now, in which if you will pass your first certification between 1st September to 30 November, then Salesforce will provide you another certification voucher, okay, without any extra charges. So if you win this certification voucher in this quiz itself, and if it is going to be a first certification, then definitely you will be getting another voucher from Salesforce if you will pass in your first exam. So overall, it's a win-win deal for you guys. All right. Amit, you may take over from here.
Yeah, Kapil. Thanks, Kapil.
Yep.
Yeah, Sagar, can you share your screen?
Yeah.
And guys, before that, Amit, can we have a group photo kind of a thing? If everyone is comfortable to just turn on their camera. I just need a specific picture, just to share.
Yes, Kapil, definitely. Guys, please turn on your cameras.
So guys, if you can, you should turn on your camera. I mean, if you're comfortable in it. If you're not comfortable, then still I would suggest you to turn on the camera, because everyone is working from home. So yep, I can see a few faces here. Okay. All right, great. More people, more people. Yeah, okay. Nice, nice, nice. Amit, can you take the screenshot or?
Yeah, Kapil, I'll take a screenshot.
And Amit, I'm not able to see you. I mean, you're asking everyone to turn on their camera, but
Okay, Kapil, okay, just give me a minute.
I
Actually,
hope you're not in your shots.
no, Kapil. Actually, my laptop does not have a camera.
Oh, that's not a good reason. I mean, I have seen the excuses earlier, but this was new. My laptop does not have the camera.
No, it's an old laptop.
Oh, okay. No problem. Let me know once you're done with the screenshot, so they can just turn it off again.
Yes, sure. Yes, Kapil, I'm done with the screenshot.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for turning it on, and you may turn off your camera and you may continue doing whatever you are doing.
Yes, thanks, Kapil. Sagar, could you please share your screen? Okay, guys. So we have a quiz for this event. Sagar, could you please play this quiz? So I'll explain the quiz rules and all.
Yeah. Just a second.
Just play it. Okay, guys. So here we'll generate one pin. So you need to log in with the www.code.in and put this pin. Enter your name.
Amit, you can share the link on the chat. Login link.
Okay, Sagar, could you please do that?
Yeah. Should I share this same link above? Actually, you people can
No,
directly.
the join at link www.kahoot.it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right.
Yep.
And also, I'll share the pin in the chat.
So we have 32 attendees, two by me or Sagar. So we have 30 attendees, and Kapil is one. So 29 attendees we have. After the 29 attendees, usually we log this event, so no anyone else will enter this quiz. So we have now 40, 15.
So Amit and Sagar, are you guys allowed to join the quiz?
No.
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 Oh. I thought we will be having some certification voucher as well.
Then every event we will with the certification voucher. Yes, it will be the match fixing.
Yep. But it can't be for Salesforce MVP because I don't know if you guys are aware about it, but being in Salesforce MVP, we get some perks also, like we are getting a number of certification voucher. We don't have to pay for a single certificate. It does not matter how many attempts we are taking to pass a certificate.
Okay, oh, that's great.
Yep.
I think
Okay, we are
21
having
people
21
have joined.
attendance. Okay, whoever has not joined yet, please join quickly so we can just start it.
Sagar, please make it full screen. If you see in the right side, yeah.
Which URL we have to join?
Just put in your Chrome www.kahoot.it and put this pin.
Okay.
If anyone is having some issues while joining the URL, you may unmute and just let us know so we can help you.
Okay, but don't share the code with anyone that's not in our event.
Amit, it's kahoot.in, right?
Yes.
It's
Dot
IT.
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 If you see in the screen, there is a join at www.kahoot.it.
Like it says your Kahoot is now loading, but where should I add the user in it?
No, I think it's not needed to create an account for Kahoot.
Hello. Comment on this side.
Yeah, I think Kapil Tarun asking something to you.
Yeah. Hi, Tarun.
One of my friends, Divesh, is not having join again.
Oh,
Not able to join again. Actually, he taken the left
Okay.
and
Yeah. Actually, we have kept the entry time to 11:20. So after 11:20, we have not accepted any joining request.
actually he has joined already.
okay,
Yes,
Sagar, I
joined.
think the problem is I think the candidate has joined, but due to some reason he left in between. Now, I mean, I think he's joining again. So
Yes, he,
I don't know
he tried to
whether.
join continuously, but the link is not working. Maybe.
Okay. There are too many people who are trying to join. Now we cannot actually accept. What's his name? What's his name?
Yeah.
Dipesh.
Dipesh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 22 people have logged in. Any more users who needs to play the quiz? Anyone having doubt can ask. Yeah.
Okay, 23 people are here. Guys, are you having any difficulty while logging into it or while joining it? So you may ask Amit or Sagar.
Yeah, I'm still at the first page.
In the first page, it will ask you to enter the game pin, right?
No, it's not asking. I mean, I logged in using play.kahoot.it, and it's just saying like your Kahoot is now loading.
Wait a second.
I'll share my screen. I'll show you.
Sagar, you can stop your this screen, code screen.
Yeah, and I'll share the where I logged in incognito mode.
Yes, and share the process how to join the quiz.
Yeah. So you can see I just typed kahoot.it and this page will load. You have to just enter the pin here. What are so this pin and just click enter. That's it. You don't have to log in or anything. I hope the process is clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have shared the link on the chat itself, so you may directly click on it and open it.
Sagar, please share the screen of code.
Yes, I was able to. Thank you.
Sagar.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, 25 people. Let's wait 1 or 2 minutes more. Then we can start. Till then, Amit, you can explain the rules.
Okay. So after the people will joining, we lock this event and we'll start this code. Okay. So every question will get 20 seconds to answer. Okay. So question will be the display on the screen that Sagar shared, and you will get only the options. In the options we don't get any options name or something like so. It's a yes or something like that. We just get some symbols. You need to look at the screen what is the correct answer and click that symbol on your screen.
So basically, there will be basically a question will be displayed, and there will be answers, and these answers will be on colored tiles. So there will be a red color, a green or yellow, and 4 types of different colors, and there will be answers written on that. So whichever you feel will be the right answer, you have to select that tile in your screen.
Yes, and if there will be this, also multiple rules. So if we have the three people to putting the correct answer, but it will be the choose by the times. Whatever people is giving the answer correct, that will be the go up.
So basically, whoever, so suppose there are 4 winners, 4 people have given all the correct answers. So Kahoot will automatically choose the first 3 who have done that in a minimum amount of time. So you get 20 seconds for one question, but you have to be really quick so that you get the points. So whoever clicks the answer first will get more points. So likewise, in the end, you will be getting.
Yes,
So there
we'll
are around
have
11 questions. 11
yes
questions
11
are there.
questions.
I think we are good to start it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone having doubt, or should we start? I think no one is trying, so you can just log this event.
Okay, so no one will enter this quiz now.
Okay.
Yeah, start, Sagar.
So whichever answer you feel right, you just have to select that tile in your answers. So the correct answer is all of the above. So these are the points. So these people have answered it right, and I think Pankaj was the fastest to answer the question. So he's who is leading the point table. Let's move to the next question. So 3000 plus is the correct answer. So this points table will get updated after every answer. Everyone was right for this
Everyone is
question.
having correct answer. Nice.
Yeah.
Seems like everyone was paying attention to the presentation. I should put some tough questions next time.
Yeah. Monica is still on top. Pankaj, Manasa. Come on, Nikhil and Kishore, you can do it. So now the last question, and this is just a bonus question.
Oh, this is interesting.
Nikhil Kumar win the certification voucher.
Congratulations,
After
Nikhil.
that, Mansa win the certification
Congratulations,
voucher.
Mansa.
And in the first place, Monica SFDC.
Congratulations,
Win the
Monica
cert-
SFDC. Yep.
Yeah, congratulations all the winners. May I request to you, please send your website email IDs, your first name, last name, and your personal mail ID with me or Sagar. So we'll give your information to the Salesforce, and Salesforce will directly provide the certificate voucher to you on your mail within 10 to 15 days.
I hope the procedure is clear to the winners. If there is any doubt, you can ask now.
Where to send the details?
Sorry.
Where to send the details, like email ID, mail?
Yeah, Nikhil, I'll share my email ID in the chat. You can share directly.
Amit, I got 5th place, so you're showing a runner-up.
Yes, Mohammed, you can try in the next event.
Yeah,
Actually, there were only 3 vouchers available,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
that's why. Anyways, keep it up, Mohammed. Good one.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Kapil. It was a great session, and
Thanks.
learned a lot today. So I'm happy for that one.
Glad to hear
It was
that.
a
Yeah.
really good Saturday. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, winners, I'll share my email ID in the chat. You can directly share over there. And also, I was share the WhatsApp group link in the chat as well. You can share your details there as well if you not get the email. Thanks, Kapil. Thanks for the very knowledgeable sessions.
Thank you, Kapil.
Thanks, Amit. Thanks, Sagar. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Kapil. Bye.
All right. Bye. Have a great weekend.